An American Bombardier CL-600 fixed-wing aircraft, captured in a photograph by the New York Times, sits at the Mehrabad Airport in Iran. Is someone breaking the law?
The Iranian transactions and sanctions regulations prohibit the exportation of goods, services, or technology directly or indirectly from the United States or by a U.S. person to Iran, and would generally prohibit U.S. registered aircraft from flying to Iran.
The State Department is investigating, but it's the Treasury Department that is taking the lead and will enforce, if appropriate, U.S. sanctions.
You can travel to Iran, but you have to get permission from the government, and clarity as to the things you can do and the things you can't do. One of the first questions here will be, whoever made this trip, did they apply to the Treasury Department, for permission, with a clear understanding of how you can spend money in Iran and how you can spend money in Iran.
Adding to the mystery, a spokesman for the airport quoted in Iranian media says no U.S. plane landed there at all. According to Federal Aviation records, this plane with tail number N604EP is owned by the Bank of Utah, held in a trust for a group of investors. We got in touch with the bank, which confirmed it owned the plane, but doesn't operate it, and didn't say why it was sitting in Iran or who flew it there. A spokesman said the trust relationship is confidential and additional information must come from the beneficiary. The bank's trust agreements do not allow aircraft to be used in any illegal activity. We were able to track the plane's recent whereabouts through aviation websites. Last October, the aircraft was spotted in Ghana and the UK. In January, Switzerland at the time of the World Economic Forum. February, back to the UK. And the next month, returning to Ghana.
So we're now just hearing from the Iranian news agency just moments ago that an Iranian foreign ministry spokeswoman says that the U.S. plane was chartered by Ghana's presidential office and was carrying a high-ranking Ghanaian delegation. But this question still remains here. U.S. officials are still going to be investigating, is that since this was an American plane, whether or not any trade laws were broken, because as we're told by the State Department today that the administration generally prohibits U.S. registered aircraft from flying to Iran. And Wolf, as you know, this comes at a critical time with U.S. and Iran negotiating over a nuclear deal, tough sanctions on Iran. So this is a very serious investigation and a very sensitive situation.
And it raises serious questions. Did the Ghanaians pay with the Bank of Utah for permission to fly this plane? Were American pilots involved? What was going on? Who made money as a result of this deal?
We do not know, but investigators, the FAA,